at least they've been able to come back with the additional mental coach the other direction. So it is doable. It is possible this team could regain its former glory. Obviously not this season in terms of trying to get back up there, but see where we're playing, see if it's a map that favors MIBR. But yeah, it definitely needs to here. They need to kind of regain that reputation, but also make sure they don't get relegated out. Of course, they could still fight against that, but you don't want to be in the spot that you have to do that. Not sure who the big contender is in Latin American Challenger League this time that they might have to worry about, as we don't, have. I don't think we have English casting for that, and I don't speak Portuguese.
Oh yeah, no. CL inside of LATAM is a complete mystery, but we're trying to see where we're going. We're going to be going to Border.
Both teams have played this.
Okay.
One that they can play. So it could be interesting here. Of course, both teams, obviously going to pay attention to what the other team did, try and counter-strat that. Hopefully we won't have any Thatcher bans. Hopefully it'll be a little more straightforward in that sense, but you never know. Operator bans change a lot, as we've seen. So it could really be one where they really counter-strat the other one. This seems about right, especially given MIBR's recent performance. I would almost rate it more like a, more 70-30 kind of thing. But
pretty high draw percentage, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, again, draws we usually see around like the 8% to like 5% margin.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about like Rogue or SSG.
Yeah, then it's like almost guaranteed draw. It's unfortunate for Rogue especially, but nonetheless, a draw would be terrible for both these teams really, because it just keeps them in the same spot, which is down at the bottom. So definitely not an ideal outcome for these guys, but it is, within the realm of possibility, because MIB have shown up lately, and Elevate have actually shown they have some potential as well. They just haven't shown much of it over the season. They could have one of those days again, and we could end up in a tie situation. Like I said, we almost had 2 in a row. We had the first one tie, and then almost a tie that last match. So, a lot of ties in Latin America as well. Entirely possible. And, ties in general have kind of become a lot more common, and I think that's more so because how competitive the regions are now in Pro League. Like, just in general, these teams are so close to each other, ties are just more common.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. All right, let's get into the game. It's Elevate versus MIBR on Border.
See how these guys do on this operator ban is going to be the big thing here in terms of deciding how this could go down and whether or not it could be defender or attacker favored. This map fairly balanced, I suppose, on those two. I don't know the actual stats to back that up, especially if it hasn't been played as much this season. But we'll see how these op bans go.
Sorry about the silence there for a second. I ate a Snickers bar and the peanut got stuck in my throat. It almost killed me. It was very close. I was going to hack up a lung there for a second. Buck going to get banned out, though. Something we see quite often, actually, in LATAM. And
similar to Pulse in the sense that it comes down to that vertical play.
Exactly. And that's something that Sledge cannot do unless you want to bring a primary shotgun. We've seen that happen one time, and he's back. He's back with a vengeance.
It hurts.
Does it hurt?
It's painful to see this much. Like, okay, maybe if there's one map where they do it on, okay, but when it's like Clubhouse, Villa, Border, like, they just want to delete him from the game, it seems, at this point.
I really hate to drive this home, but if you're going to ban Thatcher, you have to know how to play without a Thatcher.
And of course, when you ban it second, that means you're on attack first, so you better win those.
So Elevate, the bottom team in LATAM, believes that they know how to play without a Thatcher, so we're going to have to see if they do indeed know how to play without a Thatcher.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have to try because they're the ones who have to show that first.
Many have tried before them, but few have passed the test, my dear friend.
Likely to be Mira for this last one just because, well, it's Border and Echo's still going to be in play.
And also it's Mira, so let's just be honest.
Oh, very true.
And no one even has a Mira strat, let's be honest. You could probably leave her in and you'd see her still like maybe twice.
Maybe like,
because no one has like, she's great, I just don't know what to do with her.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they just play it the old way, just put it on the usual spot on the small office.
Yeah, mini. Yeah.
Why not, I guess.
I mean, hey, you're more than likely going to be seeing a lot of verticality here, and honestly, the Thatcher ban kind of feeds into that Buck ban, because we see Buck quite often on this map go down to the front door, that double door that sits with the default cam, as well as ventilation to the direct left of it. Walk up there and skeleton key the flooring for the top. So he skeleton keys the ceiling, gets rid of the bandit batteries that way. Usually works out pretty well. But we're not going to have bandit in play. We're going to have mute. Since the Thatcher's out, you really don't have to worry too much.
It's not just about the batteries, too. It's about that half wall. And luckily, at least they're bringing caps out then to be able to deal with the people behind that half wall.
Yeah, as you said. So with Buck out of play as well, the half wall is going to be a lot easier to play. You still have to worry about frag grenades, and they are bringing some. They're not bringing very many. So Capital will also help as well, since obviously his utility cannot be ADS'd by Jaeger.
Yeah, you obviously don't want to have to clear those ADSs first, because you don't want to get peeked when you're trying to clear those. So that'll definitely help if you don't have to. You can just throw, try and take out the person behind there, and then clear your ADSs safely to have grenades to hit, for example, sandwich, or the position in mini, as you call it. So yeah, you definitely want to have those frag grenades for other spots, and just try and use the Capitao there if you can. You can also use a Capitao, even for example, from this sandwich window to try and cut off the rotation between the sides of the site if you're going for a plant, and then use the smoke to try and cover it, because you can get both angles from just that window, and it is hard to contest that window sometimes.
Yeah, indeed it is. Elevate going to be starting from Valley, which is the traditional spot where most teams start over inside of Valley. Yeah, you can't get really spawn killed unless somebody wants to get extremely aggressive and either try and run to the AC units that sit outside, the one that you currently see Cypress moving up on, or you can always run out of detention and try and get an aggressive angle.
Certainly happens in ranked.
Oh yes, trust me, I definitely know. Well, we are going to have quite a bit of a roam game from MIBR downstairs. Navi's will be currently playing inside of ventilation, but moving his way up towards metal stairs. So just prep in a window, more than likely for a sandwich hop out later.
Gotta get those sandwiches.
Gotta get those sandwiches, my friend.
Well, this Echo definitely going to be important, but he's got to stay alive. So that's the thing, is he's got to make sure he's got a good pre-placed yokai, but at the same time, he can't really pre-place it as safely because of the IQ. And this, of course, is a setup we saw Kanto really showing off when it was kind of first getting used in Pro League, that angle there. Hell, though, with a nice early kill on the Valkyrie, that is a C4 taken off. But, of course, there's still the mute potentially here. It's all on Hell, though. If he pushes into this just the wrong time, then here's the rips. Hugzord, though, tries to go for it, misses. A lot of shots coming through, though. The soft wall trying to do some damage. Now, Capitao being down, definitely a good start, and Hell almost following it up. M-King also taking a bit of damage. Definitely not a good idea for the Echo to be taking damage early there. Looks like an attempted run out got punished. Or it could have just been the attacker actually getting shot through the door.
Long angle from Office opened up, so Cypress in a little bit of damage, but nothing too fatal just yet. Still trying to get control of CCTV as they're all poised on the outside of the building still. Stun grenade pours in from Hell, might hop the window, but could definitely fall into a trap if he does hop into the hands of Cyber, who's currently holding down the whole room by himself except for Bullet. It's currently on the northern end of it. So Bullet actually going to get droned out by Hell, could possibly get aggressive to the outside, but might have an air jab line and wait for him, and he does. Pre-fire comes through, but he actually almost tags up Bullet. Bullet actually falter off as well as Cyber, so all of a sudden all this control of CCTV falling right into the hands of Elevate. Hugzord trying to bring it back though, as Levex will fall.
Yeah, it's really down now to holding the site as long as possible, and that's going to be on M-King. He really needs to not be this aggressive here. I mean, I appreciate the pre-fires in terms of denying a little bit, but Diffuser at least is not in the hands of any attackers. M-King actually getting Hell, but Hell is already a little bit low in health. So now he's got to fight a lot more in the grenade there. Easy to take him out. ADS has already been cleared. Hugzord, last man standing with just about 10 HP left.
Oh, it's going to be an easy engagement. MIDI just has to win it on the reaction time, and he will do so. SMG 11 in hand. Quick burst, that's all you need. So, Elevate going to be in the lead to start things off here. Slow and steady take over CCTV with a little bit of a breakout towards the eastern side, but immediately brought it back to center. Focused up, able to get 2 quick frags after what seemed to be MIBR just getting restless.
Yeah, well, credit to Elevate as well, because of course they were the one to ban Thatcher, and they did make the successful attack. But there was also a little bit too much aggression, I think, coming out from MIBR in terms of maybe early round it was okay, but they started getting punished for it too often later. And you really just needed to hold site better when you have the advantage with the Thatcher ban, overplaying their hand just a little bit. They're going to tease the L and switch to the Mozzie. Combination with the mute, of course, that will make droning a little bit harder. And then, Nomad can't necessarily get a lot of map control to get those air jabs up as quickly. Could give you some possibility to rotate, but it is only 2-floor map. So there are limited rotations and just 2 sets of stairs, so, it is controllable. They just got to get that map control early, and so we could see, again, some aggressive defense just trying to deny that early map control because they're going to stop some of that droning. So that could work out to an extent, but it just did not work out for MIBR last round. See how they do trying the site again here. This should be the favored site given the Thatcher ban, though.
It should be. It should. Well, I mean, it's the favorite site overall. This is the most played site on this map. And this map, as everyone knows at this point, does not have a very good site rotation. You have armory lockers into vents into literally nothing.
It just depends on the region. NA, it's customs. EU, it's,
tellers.
Tellers, yeah. it varies a little bit, but yeah, with varying levels of success.
They're both garbage.
Customs has actually been doing okay for NA lately.
Okay, though. That's the thing. There's not a site where you can really make a stand and go, we absolutely win this if we play it correctly.
I'm sure, you know, much like Oregon, eventually this map will get rotated out, maybe get a revamp, you know, similar thing.
Same as Chalet.
Exactly. So, and Canal. So I like the way that we're doing that. You know, when we don't have a good set of rotations, it seems to get fixed.
On a side note, what's your thoughts on the new Canal?
I'm looking forward to it getting really, you know, well vetted enough, and I mean, maybe I'd like to see it in some tournaments where we could kind of see it in action to find out, but I do think that has some pretty good sites as well.
I personally think that the map overall is fantastic.
Absolutely.
That they did a very good job of still holding down what that map was supposed to be, what it was supposed to be like. Definitely like how M King is juggling this yokai drone right now just to check, and Bullet's going to get a kill off of it as well. So some very good play in between these two teammates with that information gain. That's going to be the IQ as well. Soon a Nitro Cell goes up, but it's going to be dual explosives that claim lives. All of a sudden, we're still going to have the defense on top of things after we quickly had man advantage equalized.
Important thing, though, is the kill was on IQ early, and they've almost taken down the Thermite. This is actually a really good start for MIBR.
Oh, what a shot!
Well, that's going to finish up the start there, all down to just Captao Zion now. He's going to need every bit of utility he has left to make this happen here.
Eastern Stairs now a graveyard as Zion walks on the corpses of his friends and almost becomes one himself as a Nitro Cell goes off, but not going to be anywhere near him in order to do damage. Might just rotate directly into Archives. There's nothing to worry about on the defense that could possibly stop him except maybe a Yokai drone. Navi's now rotating in as well through Fountain. Now has control of Archives as he motions up. Going to actually hop up and go towards Bus. Could possibly get up onto AC here and then challenge the opposite window, but it actually seems like a full rotate. Aware of the hop out as he does rotate towards the western side. This honestly might be a full-on rotation towards Metal Stairs, ends up.
Certainly could be, but again, there's only 2 stairwells. Going upstairs is very dangerous, especially when you might be kind of loud doing it. Chances are there might be some cams around because there is a Valkyrie and the Echo. However, it doesn't matter. Can't win his fight even when he's got the first peek there. Navi's, great kill. He was ready for a Metal Stairs push here. Jumped at just the right time, and not a whole lot Elevate could do after a good start to the first round. Just completely shut down this round. Some of that due to that Echo play by M King, helping the peek out, take it down IQ early just to make his Echo drones even safer. And then the Nitro Cells, just good play overall from MIBR. Much better round for them that time. And that was more what you would have expected from that first round, really.
Absolutely. I think the main thing right now as well is that Elevate, obviously being a pro league team, there's still some things about their offenses that are just lackluster. Like the information game to start is just not there. They really don't have that full-on team cohesion where they're assisting each other in plays. Like we just have people off doing their own thing that quickly die, and all of a sudden your IQ is off the board. No one's holding rotation outside. You know someone's going to try and challenge that. That's one of the most challenged areas of the map is that balcony, and you're just out there by yourself, hanging out.
Yeah.
Not a very good idea.
But you know, you're not always going to expect things like a yokai drone peeking out at you and things
like that. No, absolutely not. But you can definitely expect somebody to throw themselves from that door, even off of no information.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a relatively safe pre-fire if you just do it fast enough.
Exactly. And really the only thing to counter that is repelling. Repel the balcony, have somebody there to make sure that no one can run out of your doors, and then do what you need to do in order to take control.
You have air jab that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they're bringing Nomad, but they're not setting up things properly in order to get their executes down to the rooms that they want. They wanted CCTV. Okay, fantastic. Air jab the mid-main door so that no one can run out unless they want to impact detention. Repel, hold down those, get somebody on your break room door, then have somebody handle the window, and then you actually have a push instead of just trying to force things through a funnel and dying. Did you see the top of East Stairs?
Yeah, that was not a great place.
There was 3 bodies. 3 people all died at the top of East Stairs.
Probably smelled up there.
I wouldn't say yet. Rigor Mortis had not said it.
That's true. I don't know. I probably imagine a few of them poop themselves.
Oh no.
She tries that detention.
Navi's.
Right.
Navi's. Oh!
I was actually kind of hoping that would have worked. That would have been
I thought it was going to. Now he's going to watch the rotate as well outside and not going to claim very much. Not even any damage. I think Cypress might have got a little bit of damage done to him, but that's about it. Nothing to call home about. Drone play now ensuing upstairs as, again, they're prioritizing CCTV, but obviously the defense is downstairs. They still want that vertical pressure, as they do have the sledge, since obviously Buck has been banned out. A little bit of an easier gun to control, since the C8 seems to be little bit leapy for some of our younger players who don't like it too much just because of, obviously, the amount of vertical recoil you'll have to worry about. With the L85, though, you don't. You don't have to recoil counter at all.
I mean, it's important to get used to both of them because both operators have their strengths and weaknesses, and Buck's definitely a strong one. Obviously going to be banned this time, so not a big deal. Still.
They're both very balanced, actually, if you really think about it. I like Sledge's kit a lot just because he offers the SMG-11 as a secondary as well. So you have a gun for distance and you have a gun for up close.
You have the same thing in the Skeleton Key.
That's very true, exactly. It's a very nice duo, you know what I mean, that they've set up for those operators. But
Wall gets opened.
Yeah, as we continue to bicker on, the wall does get opened, and Hell's holding Rotate across some archives as well, so he could bag himself a kill on Rotate here if somebody decides to try and assist his teammates inside of Armory Lockers. But again, the site is downstairs. You don't have to worry about it too much. They've wasted a lot of time. Cyber might be able to bag a kill here as Hell continues to try and collapse down. Navi's with the first kill, opens up the door. Zion, quick frag though, as Cyber will falter off a metal half wall. And now they have full-on Armory Lockers control. All of this soft destruction needs to happen quickly, though, because they still need to be able to get that diffuser down.
Yeah, I mean, while they lost the Capital, the important work is done in terms of at least pressuring that side, but it would have been helpful to have it potentially for a smoke plant if they needed it. Hell is also taking a bit of damage here, but they've got to worry about that yokai. Cypress needs to make sure that all the yokais are taken out, as M-King is still, again, aggressively peeking, and he drops the diffuser. No, actually, it was Hugzord to get that kill. That's 2 for him in a row now. Nicely done by him on that castle of all things. Hell finds 2 out of it, though. Hugzord down as well, but he gets traded by Bullet. All down to Cypress here now. He's going to have to see a whole lot more than yokais to try and make this happen. He's still just trying to tussle here with the Echo. Does manage to get the kill, but just out of time. Air jab will actually give him a little bit of time, but he doesn't have diffuser. And that's it for the attackers. Again, defenders winning another round, but that round was a little closer than the last round, I would say. A little more akin to the first one. Some good pushback there from Elevate, but just not quite enough. I mean, Hell definitely tried to make a run of it.
That just made me think about something with that air jab. If you place that at the proper angle on a staircase and it knocks them high enough, can you possibly cause fall damage?
I believe they showed that in the demonstration of someone getting knocked off the roof of Fortress.
Yeah, I know the roof, but if you place it at the proper step of a staircase and it knocks them back off of the staircase, do you think that it could possibly get them high enough in the air to create damage when they land it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it knocks you any higher.
No, it knocks you on level. Yeah.
So, I mean...
So I don't know if it'd have enough distance.
Because I don't think... Let's say you were able to vault right there. I don't think you would land... Because I don't think your horizontal distance factors into that at all. So I think if you would have vaulted, like it was the same thing, you would take vault damage from that same height, then probably... I don't think you would take fall damage from that, though.
It'd be very crazy if you could set air jabs up on staircases, and when they knock people back, they did damage because of the distance to fall. That... Whoa, that'd be crazy. That's some Rogue 9 level stuff where he's like, yeah, the exact pixel that you put this on is how far you need it to be. Yeah, that's some Rogue 9 level stuff. But
well, we'll continue to see Hell trying to make this Nomad work, and this is actually a map where Nomad is frequently banned. So it's interesting to see it go through instead with the Buck ban.
It hasn't been very effective, though.
No, it hasn't. I mean, he made a run of it that last round, and the air jab, had he had the diffuser, actually might have bought him enough time to start to plant. But yeah, it probably wouldn't have been enough to win the round.
Yeah, because it's pretty easy to go, okay, where could he possibly be planting? There's really only 2 spots. He's either planting behind the workbench or he's planting in vents. That's it. That's really your only 2 options.
Pest doing a good job, though, denying intel and CCTV here because, of course, Mozzie himself is playing there with barbed wire that has not been set up yet, interestingly. He's still setting up the floor. So, we'll see. Good denial so far.
Yeah, as you said, Customs, a fan favorite of a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if this possibly works out for him. But in order to hold down this site, there's a lot of things that have to go right. You have to be able to hold down CCTV for an elongated period of time. Because if you give it up early, this round is so easy for the offense, it's almost ridiculous.
Is that Mighty's 3rd grenade kill in a row?
I believe Mighty's 3rd grenade kill in a row. Cypress is going to continue to open the door for Elevate as they continue to make a run of terror here. Bullet rotates over into vents. Cyber finds the first kill for MIBR. And all of a sudden, we're almost near man count again. Cyber continuing to lock down CCTV. Navi's to falter, though, and all of a sudden, it's a 2 versus 4 that Bullet and Cyber have to find their way out of.
Well, at least the air jab's not going to be set up any further, so hopefully some of them were set up to begin with. But like you said, they haven't been super effective anyways. Bullet doing a great job. Still has yet to set up that last pest and the last barbed wire, but you know what? He's comfortable with his gun. He's got the commander just sitting there holding an angle. He's going to rotate off. Super shorty, though, great for setting up some angles and rotates. Later on, Cyber taking a bit of damage, and it turns into a kill. Ultimately, Cypress with a nice one there. And wow, bullet taken out right after. Attackers, in this case, Elevate doing a great job cleaning up at the end there. Just catching players by surprise. Not really feeling too comfortable downstairs on that roam. Good on them. Custom's definitely not the preferred bomb site, and that's why it was the third one. As you said, it is a much more difficult site to win than Vents and Armory. But you know what? That's fine with MIBR. I'm sure they can go back. But it does even things out here. Elevate, at least managing to pick up 2 of their attacks with the Thatcher ban is good. They've been able to get the wall open for the most part as well. Regardless, they've been able to just kind of clear it out enough to make that happen. But it's interesting to see the combination of the Thatcher ban and the Buck ban, just because that does make batteries a little harder to deal with. But we're not really seeing that be like a big factor here. Same with Kaeds and things like that. It doesn't seem like they're really overly concerned with holding the wall. It's like, okay, you got a Thatcher ban, but you're not really capitalizing on that much on defense. But that's whatever. As long as they can win enough of their rounds. They did, of course, lose the very first round on Locker's Armory, though.
Yeah, and for MIBR and Elevate, this is actually a match that means a lot. Because this is, practically relegation. Elevate's obviously not getting out, but they could always pull MIBR down with them.
It matters a lot more, I think, for MIBR in this case, because they really do not want to be in that relegation spot.
Especially after how well they did last Pro League season.
Yeah.
Going all the way to Milan.
And turning it around here.
They lose to Evil Geniuses at LAN.
Yeah.
When Evil Geniuses was actually playing so well. They seem to have finally woken up from their slump, but soon fell to Empire. It's just very rough. So I don't think that they belong in relegation at all. I mean, this is practically, this is the exact same squad. So, again, you have the skill. You just actually have to do the thing.
Yeah, I think the only difference is, I think, Hugzord. Wow, Zion has already taken half his health and damage.
So is Hell.
Yeah, that's not a great start for the attackers there. There's been some good peek outs from MIBR. They are playing a little bit aggressive, though. And as I said, it punished them a little bit the first round. And I think a little bit also that, fourth round. But ultimately, Elevate players are still alive. And so all that punishment doesn't matter if you can't finish the kill. We've seen players do fantastic work with just 1 HP.
Device in position.
So these air jabs setting up, of course, now that they got that wall open, they don't want it to push back against them. Seeing air jabs also trying to stop some runouts onto the red hallway there. Navi's going in the old position up on top of the bookshelf to try and fire in as needed, but he's going to go prone first just to make sure he can wait for the perfect time without overexposing his head. M-King could send a drone over to potentially help him, but he's got black eyes actually to be able to watch the room. This is a nice setup for this one as well. You can see a good chunk of the room there. Also a default cam still up. Come on, guys.
This
is a Pengu level play.
He's literally just staring. Oh, guys.
This is he can see 3 of them right now.
Oh my god.
No wonder they're at half health.
Oh,
Mighty with a kill, though.
Gracious. MIDI to start it off, and we'll see exactly how this will transcend here. Bullet still trying to play through on half wall right now. Frag grenade in or something. He tries to shoot it, but really don't have an opportunity to do so. He'll down the thermite, but there's still going to be a lot of aggression coming through. M-King going to rotate across. He might be able to bag a kill here if he pre-fires. Moving up on the door. Might be in some trouble now that MP5SD does a lot of damage, but now they're locked in the exact same square footing. Now he's with a very long angle. Will actually allow Bullet to take the frag as he continues to play through the break room wall. Cypress with the refrag, though, as M-King will fall on a team kill. What the hell just happened right there? Cypress takes down MIDI. All of a sudden, this is all in the hands of the defense as Elevate has been banged up and bruised.
Yeah, definitely not at the health advantage. Obviously, Zion and Hell have not lost any more health at least, but being at half health from the beginning. And Cypress now, probably going to get punished after that team kill for being at such a low HP. Bullet tries to play it smart, but he gets caught off guard, traded back by Navi's. Right back in the small office where Hell catches Navi's. Hugzord at low health trying to fight against Hell here. And Hell with the ACOG pistol and the wall bang finishes off Hugzord for another win for Elevate. So despite leaving default cams up, getting punished early outside, still off of Hell again. Maybe his air jabs aren't doing a ton of work, but he is making that gun work for him, even if it comes down to a pistol wall bang. He is definitely showing up for his team, or trying to the best he can here. So not bad for him.
Yeah, Elevate seems to have woken up. I mean, at this point in time, they've definitely had some of the better offensive rounds than we've seen today.
Yeah, and again, this should be defender favored with the bans the way they went down. You don't necessarily need Maestro or Mira to make defense work on this, and then the attacker bans do make it harder to attack lockers, yet here we are with advantage attackers.
Your friend, we are indeed here.
It is a bit of a puzzle.
Yep, we are sitting in Katowice, Poland.
Yes, here we are.
Casting the
With that
LATAM.
GPS.
Yeah, with that LATAM game.
That LATAM.
Yep.
Well,
LATAM, my friend.
They are going to choose to actually voluntarily go downstairs. Events.
They're voluntarily going downstairs.
I mean, they lost lockers twice, so I guess I can kind of understand that. But again, that's on them because that is technically the better site to be on.
Volunteers tribute, my friend.
Yeah, they are throwing themselves into the vents.
Yes, sir. So we'll be headed downstairs to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to have an upstairs hold, as you would assume. We're going to have some reinforcements going down on the office wall so they can hold a more elongated defense upstairs without having to worry about pressure from almost every single angle, because obviously there will be soft destruction on the offense. We have two people that will be rocking that, the Sledge as well as the Ash, for Elevate.
Looking for some drones as well, try and take care of some of those early. Doesn't have the Mozzie this time to be able to kind of deny those. So going to do a little bit of manual work here, just seeing if he can stay in this area as long as possible by just making sure he doesn't get droned out. But he's still going to back off anyways and kind of hang out a little bit further out. The wall is open now, though. He's looking for any spots. Anyone might be creeping in. Hopefully they got the default cam this time. If not, this is iffy. It looks like it's taken out. Mighty is concerned that someone might go for it, though. It's still one black eye in Navi's pocket as well, interestingly enough. Navi's definitely one of the strong fraggers on his team. Hoping to get some early kills. Some good drone seeing up there, and he does manage to pick up one up through the hatch, surprisingly. Fortunately, no Doc on the team to heal him back up, but he gets away with it, and that's what matters. Mighty has been, or MIDI, whichever it is, has been so good on those grenades. Taking him out early, definitely good. As last round when he was taken out, it was due to a team kill, so Navi's putting in some work. Would have been better maybe to have taken out Lev, but still a great start. Zion not going to be on the Capitao this time. He's going to be on that Ash as well. Try and put a little more aggression on the board here. But M King, again, using these yokais, try and control a bit more of the map here. It looks like he's got some angles, but no one to find just yet.
All right, well, Elevate. Still trying to find some footing. Early pick on is definitely not going to help that case, as well as one of Zion's breaching rounds has already been used. So limited soft destruction for the offense. It seems like they might want to go horizontal with this. M King has the traditional angle set up from the server desk at the front of the site, holding down main just in case somebody wants to try and rotate in at a slower pace so he can actually click their head. Obviously, 3 speeds and sprinting does not mix with the reaction time, as they're basically a flash in the doorframe, and then they disappear into the night.
Well, Ash puts the Ash in Flash.
She does indeed. Yeah, that's kind of her name. Absolutely, I would agree.
It's just, I mean, one of those things where he just flies by and good luck hitting the head.
Exactly. There's no way in hell you're catching up to that. Speaking of hell, though, we're now on him. He's still alive. Half health, no more air jabs, trying to work his way up towards workshop door. We do have still one person laying down inside, but it's going to be a quick kill from M King, actually. Instead, and that's going to be a second follow-up with a very nice headshot. Still pre-firing through, and that's for 3. Could possibly find 4, but no, it'll be a flawless round for MIBR off the back of some great effort from the Echo.
Yeah, M King really just threw that on his back. That was just well played, taking full advantage of his ACOG, but also the way he was playing in a position where he could stand up, crouch, cover himself, fight a couple different angles at once as long as he knew where they were going to be coming from. He'd set that up pretty early, and he also set up yokai drones early as well that might have been feeding him information on that, so he knew which way to peek. That's what you do, man. You set those up. Then if you start to lose players and pressures on the site, those players that are dead could be watching those yokai drones, and it's invisible. They're going to be calling that out. The IQ, the only thing that's going to be counted that, and they probably didn't take them out, to be honest. We'll see, though, 3-3 on the split as we go into the second half. Armory Lockers, of course, going to be the starting spot here for Elevate on their defense. See if they can take advantage of that Thatcher that they banned. They're going to bring something a little bit different in the dock, and I think actually the first Legion as well, because I don't think MIBR brought it on their defense. But MIBR going to bring out a similar attack to what we saw from Elevate. So they're going to be kind of repeating that part. Bullet doing a pretty good job, but honestly, overall, MIBR pretty even in kills, whereas on Elevate's side, top 3 heavy, whereas 11 Zion struggling in a 1-0 each. So maybe if they step it up a little bit, they could be advantage here.
Yeah, a little questionable on Zion's front as well, as he's literally just been playing the most aggro player, well, excuse me, aggro operators in the game. Zofia, Jaeger. What more do you want in order to find yourself a frag? But again, frags don't mean everything. Can always be droning your teammates in and doing the stuff that no one wants to do, which is never a good time, but somebody's got to do it, and it might be Zion.
Well, interesting hole here is, you know, you've got the Thatcher band. You could reinforce that whole wall, but they're going to go with partially soft. Lev punished a little bit for his run out there. Not a big deal. They have a Doc. They can just heal him right back up. So you can get away with those a little bit more. Although Doc needs to kind of get over to Lev. It looks like they're going to go meet. They have a little rendezvous, and he gets healed up. So there you go. Punishment averted, essentially. That's the nice thing about having the Doc. And then also the way that some of these long angles can be played. See if M King can do as well on the IQ as he did on IQ's nemesis there of Echo. Lev, though, finally finds his first or second kill, I think, onto M King. So there we go. That answers the question about the IQ play there. Nicely done. And that's from the Legion. A little bit aggro for Legion again. You know, he got healed, so he felt confident in going for a second run there and managed to make it work. They were fighting some long angles, so I see why they're going with the soft wall, taking advantage of the ACOG that the Doc has to really just deny that entire area and saying, you know what, you might have the Thatcher band and you could probably open the wall, but we're just going to open it for you and fight that entire angle so you can't even get close to it. As you said, a repel could be one thing you could do, but that doesn't get you to the door.
No, it does not. And again, things have been handled very weird. Navi is going to make his presence known after what we assume was going to be a quick sledge throw to the door and a rush into archives to try and get some pressure onto the defense, but doesn't seem to be in the cards. What is in the cards, though, is a death from Navi's. After he gets the door open, obviously, making his presence known earlier is going to be extremely punishing. Hell to fall, though, so they're trying to bring it back. That's going to be the opening kill for the offense, which such a late time to start, but hey, better late than never as Hug continues to rain some terror down. Bullet now holding 90 as he sees to rotate back towards site. Hug's now rotating the drone to try and get some more information.
Yeah, I mean, at least they have time left to be droning like this, but with only 2 men left, it's only 2 drones you can move maximum, so they're not going to get a ton of information. At least air jabs have been set up. Hopefully they're nearby at least so they could try and catch that intel, because of course with just 2 people left alive, if those go off and you're not anywhere near them, you don't hear them or can't capitalize on the information.
Oh, and that's going to be the kill that they needed. More than likely the one that'll be drilled right into the coffin, especially after that goo mine. Oh, he finds one. Is he going to find the second? No! That might have been it there. Bullet just needed one more bullet to slide into Lev, and he would have had the kill, but Levix wins it out. Very nicely done.
Well, Elevate looking like they want to keep MIBR down in the pits of relegation.
Try to keep them in the slums, my friend.
Certainly going well so far for that. I mean, they're only 1 point ahead, but it's 4, so they're only 2 away from making this a tie, which makes it very difficult for MIBR to get out of the quagmire they're in. They will go down events, of course, for their second site. Similar lineup.
I always completely forget that quagmire is another word, besides the guy from Family Guy. I always forget that. So every time I hear it, I'm like, why are we talking about Family Guy?
Yeah.
Every single time.
There you go.
Every single time.
We learn something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I forget what the word quagmire means.
Yeah.
Expand my vocabulary.
Very
All right. Well, after some actually some pretty good good efforts by Elevate on the defensive side, they've gained the lead finally after what seemed to be a teeter-totter. We'll have to see if that could possibly continue on. Their offensive side, they were able to bring it back. There was a few rounds that we assumed they were going to lose, but they were able to fight through. Now on the defense, if Zion especially stands up, I feel like this is just going to go completely into the favor of Elevate. You can see they've already shifted his operators, so they're definitely paying attention, at least IGL-wise, as to what is happening, recognizing who has the hot hand. Just because Zion's having a bad game does not make him a bad player, but you want to give somebody that does have that hot hand the proper weaponry.
And it's like I was just talking about him and Lev were the ones not showing up necessarily, and then Lev got a 2K that round. So, you know, like you said, it's on Zion to show up, and if so, they can continue to maintain this lead, I think.
Yeah, and MIBR, I mean, they're hotly contesting this game, but there's been quite a few mistakes so far that have just been a little questionable, but obviously it happens.
Especially default kills being up.
Yeah, that was something.
G2 made that mistake earlier, so it happens.
When you are inside of a competitive map and your entire brain is just trying to go full throttle as to what the other team is doing, you always forget the necessities.
The small things.
The small things, you know. It's always the little things. I call them necessity because it's the thing you always do, right, when you start the map.
And that's the thing, though.
You instantly kill default.
A lot of times it's someone specifically his job, but Navi's taking down Hell. Hell has been one of the better players on Elevate in terms of frags at the moment, so always a good initial kill just because he's been such a pain for MIBR to deal with. So that'll definitely help. Castle forced to tear down one of his own barricades right to his own death. Navi's finds a second.
Oh, no.
What a play there. And that is a castle barricade that'll no longer be up as well.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. It wouldn't have stayed up long anyways because Navi's a sledge, but it's even better justice when a castle ripped down his own barricade.
That's why they usually use
bullets.
impact to do it.
Yeah, that's... When you hear the crowbar go on, you're just ready to shoot him in their face.
Hey.
Hi, how's it going?
Might as well ring the doorbell.
You wouldn't happen to have some time for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, would you? I don't know.
He's going to need him now.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need him now, doesn't he? And the rest of the Elevate squad might need him as things continue to not go into their favor. He's going to peek right into him. He gets ran right through the chipper just as the rest of his teams have. So Navi's continuing this reign of terror. Can he possibly find the ace? Oh, not after the massive effort put in by Cyber and Bullet with a nice rotate to the main door. Actually, one kill from above as well. So MIBR actually able to fight back through this.
Definitely a lot of work, though, from Navi's. I mean, the fact that he got 2 and still barely lost any health.
Yeah.
And was able to fight that last one, that was a very, very good play by him because you don't usually see that kind of play on Vents to just take full control of Bathroom and get 3 out of it.
He was by himself, too.
Yeah.
Like, there was no information game.
He didn't even really have to use the sledge. The castle tore down his own barricade, and then the rotation hole was just open. So it's just like... All right, guys. It's like he was invited in at that point.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, that does bring things back to an even kill here, though. 4-4. Anyone's game still.
Attackers need to
Well,
locate.
I feel like the teeter-totter has definitely started, Emza.
Yep. Interesting that they're not going to go vents again, though. They're going to go to customs. Yeah, I know. We're just going to get a day of all draws or all at least 7-5s, if not draws. This is going to go all the way today, isn't it? We're going to have a nice long one.
You're going to be a very tired boy by the end of this.
Yeah, well, you know, weekend's right after, so no
That's what I'm
though.
saying. You think it's been rough. I've casted 4 days in a row, and on Monday we did the USN recap show. So I've worked 5 days in a row.
Well,
I know that sounds like I'm complaining to people that have a regular
you know what
job.
they say to that?
What?
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, or there's always people that have it worse.
Yeah.
5 seconds left.
This is a fantastic job. You can't complain.
Oh, it's fantastic. I would never go back to working in a factory, ever.
Attackers objective.
Ever.
It's a commentary factory.
Yeah, I'm a commentary factor. At least my voice doesn't go out. My head just hurts. That's about it. And MIBR's head might be hurting here in just a second, especially if they lose to the team that only has 1 victory throughout the entire Pro League season.
Yeah, not great. I mean, Elevate and MIBR are both struggling, so it is definitely on either of them. But Elevate have been playing pretty well, considering the fact that their map record on this is 3-7 and 2-7, whereas MIBR have a 6-6 draw against Liquid on it. So MIBR should be doing a lot better based off the map record here.
It might also be that Elevate is just in fight or flight mode at this point. They're like, we're the bottom, we're going to get relegated. Like, we have to deal with that relegation. We might as well just play with no head and see what happens.
At least he got the drone with that C4.
Oh, he almost had it. He almost had it. But Cyber finds him first with the R4C. What a shot from the MIBR player. Elevate still trying to hold down CCTV, but it's all on Mitt. Gonna have to try and keep that thing locked up, otherwise this round could quickly go into the hands of MIBR, who are still poised upstairs. Still plenty of time on the board as well. Also, drone economy should not be too rough at this point. We're gonna see Jaeger outside, but MIDI's immediately going to get chewed up by Bullet, and another kill might happen, but no, right over the head! Right over the head of Zion is Navi's. Cyber with a trade though, Zion to falter. And all of a sudden, man advantage still in the hands of MIBR.
Looking pretty good here for MIBR. Cyber, a little worse for the wear, but not a big deal. He's still the Ash, can kind of blaze in and, as you said, go for the flash plays. Lev hoping for a free bit, but with no intel. This is just guesswork. He's hoping for footsteps at the very least. Someone walking overhead, giving away the position. But a drone doesn't have footsteps, so he gets nothing from that. Hell, in the meantime, at least trying to hold down the site as long as he can. But he's got a hatch open above him. Could work against him. C4 throw over the top into nothing. Unfortunately, no one playing in Passport at the moment. Again, him just trying to guess blindly if someone's playing. M King does make a bit of noise and is punished for it. Taken down by Lev. That is at least a start to bring this back. If they could finish off Cyber, that would bring it down to a 2-2 with full health on the remaining 4 players total. They still have some utility here as you hear Remote Breach go off. He has another Slither in his pocket as well, Bullet may also have some air jabs. And then, of course, there's probably a thermite breach charge left, but those walls are electroclawed, so it might be difficult to try and open up Passport. There is the other walls in Passport you can potentially open. Lev tearing down some more castle barricades, but unlike Zion was not punished for tearing it down, just trying to open up some more angles. They're trying to play together as a team now. It's them against the world or against 3 of MIBR at the moment. Bullet just hoping for a freebie. No more air jabs left, but he does have 2 flashes if he can find where they're playing. Plant coming down, easily denied by Hell. All down to this 2v2 here. Cyber is again still at low health. Bullet finds 1 and 2. Can he get them both? He sure does. But no, actually Cyber the one to pick up Hell. But either way, MIBR starting with the advantage towards the end there, managing to close it out. An advantage. Good teamwork. Good attempt from Elevate to play together as well, but unfortunately just flanks came out, and you saw the attempts there trying to see forward things like that with no intel, and that was really what it came down to, is just lack of intel by the defenders, and the attackers kind of know they're going to be near sight, especially when it comes down to this low a time. So slight advantage. Plus you saw them droning quite a bit with 3 alive. They were able to drone for a while before losing one of those. Worked out okay in the end. And that's MIBR finally taking the lead again. They had a lead back in round 3 and lost it and managed to bring it back.
You know, some terrible tides right now for Elevate as, again, only 1 game they've won this whole season. They have 1 win, 1 tie, and 10 losses.
Not great.
Yeah, very rough ship for them right now, but we'll have to see if they can try and bring this back, possibly force their second tie of the season if we continue on the Teeter-totter, or they could possibly get a win if they go perfect right now. But they're going to need to be able to find 3 rounds on the defensive side, which is completely doable. Again, if Zion steps up,
yeah,
I really feel like Elevate is in the driver's seat right now.
At least he's got 1 now.
Yeah, at least he has 1. He's working with the breadstick. We'll see if we can possibly get it up to 2 in this round, or if MIBR can put a bullet in him early on. But MIBR right now, they're looking pretty good. Pretty even spread on kills. No one really outshining the rest of the squad. Things are getting done appropriately. It's just that Elevate's been able to throw a wrench into quite a few of their plans.
Yeah, just, you know, being caught off guard a lot of times. Lack of intel, things like that. Intel game hasn't really been great from either team. Realistically, it was a little bit better at the end of the last round for the attackers at least. But overall, yeah, that's been a big problem. Is just a lack of good intel from even the defenders. They're not playing heavy with the Echo like we saw M King doing, and I think that's working against Elevate a bit as well, because M King definitely made some good work with that, even if it wasn't to get kills for himself. Aggressive play there from Lev again. He did pretty good before with it, thanks to the dock healing up. There is the dock again this time as well, so could make it work. Bullet has taken a little bit of damage in the process though, so looking okay for Elevate to push this back. At least they've burned 30 seconds off of that, but they've got to stay alive here in CCTV to make this count. Zion, this is your time to shine. Have Lev distract for you. Maybe you can get those kills, bait your friend there at that point. Bring it back. Cyber, though, in the meantime, has crept into the bottom floor. He sees right up the hatch, just waiting for someone to make a mistake and push into the wrong position. Luckily for him, that glass is already broken. Still going to make a bit of a sound vaulting him. Navi's, in the meantime, takes down 1. Hell trying to do some work here. Getting shot down. Smoke early, though. That's not a great initial player to have down. Although I wouldn't say the smoke has made a huge difference. Nice peek there by Cyber, though. Taking Mighty down. Navi's also a bit worse for the wear, as Bullet and Cyber have all taken damage. So while the MIBR have a 5-man advantage, a 5-3 advantage, well, 5-2 now, still a little bit low on health. So Cypress and Zion really need to go ham here and just start getting, you know, 2 Ks each to bring this back.
Zion and Cypress, the only 2 remaining members of Elevate, and that soon will change as the tides continue to turn. Cypress in a 1 versus 5 now. He's Doc, has 3 stim pistols, could possibly heal himself up if he gets into danger, but with that EE1D active, this gets all the more desperate. He does find the first kill to open things up. Can he follow it up with a second? He can. Continues to transcend down as the diffuser will go off. That stim pistol helping out a little bit, but could possibly get flanked. Stun grenades now pouring in. The other 2 remaining members are actually over inside of CCTV, trying to hold down his cross. Will he peek into this, though? Does Cypress have the intelligence to know that they're more than likely going to be holding him down from 90? Oh, this is going to be very dangerous. I believe he's going to walk right into the shot. Oh, no, he gets read out. Able to back up. Pre-fires once again directly into Archives with nobody home as the rotation has went out towards the AC unit. Quick rotate to Fountain for the offense as Cypress is locked all alone inside of Armory. No chance at all. Another drone to make sure he's still here. He's just going to dock himself up, play for his life, play for the stat pad, and actually, that's not even going to work out, as Hugzord will quickly put a bullet in him, and MIBR win round 10 and push themselves to map point.
Hugsor getting a little greedy towards the end there. No,
Yeah, why not?
Wasn't enough time left. Yeah.
He can't even defuse. If he kills all you
Yeah.
right there, he still can't defuse.
Like, might as well go for it. Stat pad a little bit, like you said. But MIBR now. Important thing for them is they picked up at least the 1 point. This helps them a little bit on the bottom of the standings there. Tough spot to be in, though.
In moments like that, when it comes down to that 1 versus 5 and you start off well, I feel like once he started off well and he got the first 2 kills, because he was, challenging those gunfights.
Yeah. But then you're found out.
No, he got that little voice in the back of his head that goes, okay, you might be able to actually win this, let's not throw. And then he's slowed down. I feel like if he doesn't slow down, because the other 2 members are all the way over in CCTV, if he challenges Archives, he has a very good chance of actually winning.
He almost got the planter as well. You saw him shooting just above his toes.
Yeah.
Not even able to catch the planter if the planter was just in a slightly, more accessible position for him. And then that could have turned easily because the thing is like
their post plant was terrible.
Yeah. When you go for a clutch like that, you get 2 kills real quick, then they know where you're at. But if you're playing it fast and you're able to get out of that position, go for a retake, get set up as well, then you can absolutely capitalize on the fact that the other players are far off. But yeah, it just didn't work out for him. It's still a great attempt. Cypress has actually been one of the standout players here on Elevate. He definitely was doable, especially as the doc. But at the end of the day, no, it doesn't matter. And denied at least the win here. That makes sure Elevate definitely stays on the bottom seed for now.
Yeah, it just sucks in those instances because we can sit here all day and go, oh, we could have done this, he could have done that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he should have never have been in that situation.
Absolutely.
Why are you in a 1 versus 5?
Yeah.
Because the rest of your teammates just failed or just gave them free kills.
Yeah.
It is not Cypress's fault at the end of the day.
No, and MIBR have also been playing a lot better the last couple rounds as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's definitely benefited them. Just denial of this office wall this time. They're really focused on that rather than this wall, which they're going to open up now that it's leaving us soft. And Lev already, he's trying to make up for the previous rounds. He's going to play the first rook and actually pays off because he takes down M King. So now their phones are safe. They can keep their ringtones on. And he gets docked right back up. This dock actually working out to an extent in terms of, did some work last round, but also keeping some of these members playing aggressive alive. And of course, being a rook as well, he could take a bit more of a beating. Obviously, they're hoping to catch someone off guard by sledging that and quickly pre-firing. Unfortunately for him, no one at that angle, but that is a good attempt. Now they're going to know he's there, but it's not a big deal. You can play on that vent for quite a while. Hugsord also trying for some pre-fires down the long hallway into the soft wall of CCTV. Just not finding anyone in that corner, but it is a pretty common corner to play when you're trying to hold it early. It's a worthwhile attempt there. MIDI, in the meantime, trying to catch someone. He's got the AUG, interestingly enough. Not usually a great choice just because of how strong the TCSG is. He's potentially going to go for that C4 throw, but decides to back off instead. He's actually got an angle exposed on him, though, with that hole going all the way into CCTV, which, yes, he can use to his advantage. Hugsor looking, though, to take advantage of the noise to pressure in through the window, but he's going to go on drone. He could actually be punished for being on that right now.
MIBR just twisting outside of the site. Really don't know exactly what they want to take control of. They're poised to try and take offices, but this isn't going to work out for them. As the timer continues to tick down, Hell can hold down the back of Archives, and MIDI really doesn't have to worry about anything except for someone trying to hop through radio window because he still has support all the way from CCTV. So they do try and challenge his hallway. They're quickly going to be dispensed of, and you really don't have anything else to worry about. Exothermic charge will go off, though. Don't know exactly where that blew up. It was actually the office wall. So MIDI in a little bit more trouble here, but nothing that can't be dealt with. Hell to fall, and that's where things are going to get extremely difficult. Navi's takes down the man playing Archive. Someone's going to have to try and rotate and pick up that mantle. Otherwise, it's going to get all the more difficult. Navi's continues on this reign as Levy falls. MIDI with a frag to start things off. He's worried about the Ash now on the wall as he translates his frag power over towards the actual hull. Hug with a plant, but no, it's going to be Cypress to falter off. Now all of a sudden a 2 versus 3. Cyber continuing to try and challenge through, but MIDI finally equalizes. It's going to be a double kill from the round. Make it 3, possibly 4, as Hugs tries to rotate outside, and it's going to be a quad for MIDI to bring it one step closer to a tie.
Definitely all on MIDI that round. Playing a dangerous position, hanging out in office all by himself with the only coverage in Archives being a smoke who's not really propped up to be able to fight the window for him. And they get the wall open and he still wins that out with a quad. That is very impressive, and with the AUG of all things.
Yeah, he didn't have to be worried about the hallway really at all because he had that assistance from CCTV if things did get extremely desperate. They got the wall open, which obviously makes things a little bit more difficult. He has to play near that half wall next to the door, but still, he was able to find the frags that he needed, and eventually, once he killed Cyber, he has free reign over offices again. That's all that he needed to do. And, I mean, you guys saw it. They tried to collapse on him one at a time, gave the man his ones, and he won every single one of them.
Yeah. Well played, though, on that round by Navi's in terms of the sledge playing that AC unit, taking down that smoke first, and then trying to put additional pressure with a second frag. But, it was all on MIDI to stop that, really, is what it came down to. It was a good attack to start with, at least in terms of they set up, put a lot of pressure on the outside, looked for angles. But it's the fact that no one ever capitalized on the angles that MIDI was exposed to. He was exposed to the hallway. He was exposed to that angle that was open in the soft wall into CCTV. But no one ever really identified. What?
12 and 8.
12 and 8, yeah.
MIDI is 12 and 8 right now.
He's doing quite well.
Yeah.
He's definitely showing up. Same as Cypress, up at 10. 2 of those from that one round he's trying to clutch. Elevator definitely trying to stay in this. Looking like there's a potential here for MIBR just to pick up one and continue to stay neck and neck. As I said, worst outcome for both these teams is a tie. And they're driving that direction right now.
They're definitely driving it home. They are driving it home. It's like driving Miss Daisy. Like it's just slow and leisurely, just getting there, you know.
Just taking your time, stopping the shop.
Taking the time.
Attackers are
Talk some shop, you know, the usual.
Yep.
It's really what it seems like at this point.
Shop is actually going to be the site this time as well. The workshop and lock.
Well, they're definitely talking shop, aren't they?
Yeah,
100%
absolutely.
talking shop.
Yeah, we'll see if Zion goes for another like castle barricade pull or something silly like that.
Hopefully not.
This is only the second time them playing vents, so I don't imagine he's going to make that mistake again. But Lev is going to be playing that dock again. That worked out pretty well for him last round.
You know how
Not dock, but I mean rook.
You know how we always talk about Rainbow Six Siege, and we always say, well, the high learning curve. There's a big skill gap in this game. That's one of those things where it happens to you, and you just go, noted. I'm never doing that again. Like it's just how Siege goes. Sometimes you make a mistake you never made before, and once it gets punished harsh, you'll never do it again.
You need that intel before you make plays. That's the name of the game.
MIDI's about to die, and he's going to wonder how he died. That's about to be what's going to go on. They have a very well-placed camera inside of Dome for offices, so M. King very intelligent on that. It seems like they're ready, but Cyber's going to actually rotate into CCTV. Does he get the kill? No, Levix fights back, and it's actually Cyber to fall. That's going to be the Ash that tried to rush in through the break room door. Now Levix actually poised on the opposite side of the building over near the CCTV door. And this is what we were talking about. This nice rappel, and that's how you handle the situation, folks. If you know somebody's going to try and run out, play rappel.
Yeah, make sure it's hard for them to hit you because you've got that lattice right in front of you. Second line going off here. Just freezes everyone, but doesn't really accomplish any kills. Just helps them regain some of that map control they might have been losing in these fights.
Freeze tag is indeed a fun thing, but not when it's forced upon you.
Yeah.
So, still going to have plenty of that EE1D utility as well to use to try and get this diffuser down. So Hugzord has the diffuser. They have to try and get this execution down now, but they're not really poised for it just yet. Elevate still has a lot of map control, so has customs, as well as the Valkyrie roaming through Metal Hallway right now. So they do have top pressure though, as well as Sledge on Navis. So we're going to hear another exothermic charge go off, which sounded like detention, I'm going to assume. Could not exactly tell from the sound cue. But I'm sure we'll be seeing exactly where that went off soon enough, as it seems like our spectators trying to find it.
Yep. Definitely slow down here. I mean, it's 4v4, although MIBR is taking a bit more damage. Still want to get set up here for this actual push, but it looks like a typical B push here. Hell is... Nope. Not in... well, he's in an angle, at least, to be able to counter the window. Could also have a C4 to be able to throw. Top floor control at least given over to members of MIBR. They do have a sledge to be able to capitalize on that as well, but Cypress is actually fighting back, or at least trying to, if someone will give him up. But Navi's gets one in trade for Hell, and M. King as well to finish off Hell.
All of a sudden, some very dangerous waters here as it's all down to Zion. You thought they had it, but MIBR make quick work of them, and all of a sudden, it's a W instead of a tie. So MIBR going to have 3 points, and Elevate going to stay at the bottom with a mere 4.
Definitely a big deal for MIBR. That helps them a fair bit. But at the end of the day, that was very close. Like I said, I think every match is probably going to go the distance today, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, we only have one more game, though.
That's true. But so far, we've gone the distance.
And it's one of the most important matches of the day as well.
Yeah, so FaZe definitely doesn't want it to go to the distance, that's for sure.
Yeah, FaZe definitely just wants to make quick work of this, but Team MIBR is going to be your guys' victors. Once again, you see the beautiful buck skin on your